How's it going, everybody? We are coming up on the release of the latest Assassin's Creed title. A lot of talk around Assassin's Creed Mirage, and in this video, I want to go over everything that you need to know before you drop your $50 or $60 on this game. Now, Ubisoft was actually nice enough to invite me to play the game early, and this was the section of the game that a lot of outlets got to play, and I went through one section of the game. You find a bunch of information on a target, and then you ultimately confront that target. You guys know how it works. Classic Assassin's Creed style gameplay. And from my vantage point, that is incredibly exciting to me. And that seems to be really one of the main promotional vehicles to get people excited for Assassin's Creed Mirage. And how many years, if you've been following this channel, have I been talking about Assassin's Creed, and that while I can appreciate the newer style of Assassin's Creed titles with the Origins, Odysseys, and Valhallas of the world, the games are so big. They have gigantic open worlds, which some people absolutely adore. They love spending hundreds of hours in these games, doing all of the content, all of the updates. But for me, I like the throwback Assassin's Creed experiences. I like your Assassin's Creed 2, your Brotherhoods, your Syndicates, which Syndicate was the final game in the original style of Assassin's Creed before they went into this more open world style, and Mirage really feels like a throwback to that. And even when I was playing this game, I got a little bit of a sense of that. Is it totally like the original Assassin's Creed? No, the combat has more nuances. I mean, you've got an ability where you can multi-target enemies and take them out in a swift fashion that is kind of pretty badass to go through, and there's definitely refinements, but that essence of an older Assassin's Creed game, you can definitely see that seep through, and that is incredibly exciting for me. Now, the question has been, Mirage did start out as an expansion to Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and it ended up turning out to be its own game. That has the question. This game's not going to have a sizable amount of content in comparison to the more recent Assassin's Creed titles, but that's good for me. What we've heard is that the game is going to take around 20 to 23 hours. It could go as high as 30 hours if you're looking for a completionist run and looking to do everything, but for me, that's a great amount of time for an Assassin's Creed game. Assassin's Creed 2 wasn't that long, Brotherhood definitely wasn't that lengthy, Revelations wasn't that lengthy. Now, if you look at something like a Black Flag and you're trying to do all the content in the game, yeah, it could definitely well exceed 30 hours. So 30 hours for a completionist run might be a little bit shorter, but you know what? We've gotten so many super lengthy Assassin's Creed games that I'm gonna take a 20 to 23 hour game all the way to the bank, and I am going to enjoy it. From what I played and the gameplay, I got to enjoy just the combat and whatnot. I enjoyed that element as well, but now let's talk about the aspects of the game that we know about and what's being promoted. Obviously, Assassin's Creed Mirage, you are Basim, a cunning street thief with nightmarish visions seeking answers and justice. Join an ancient organization and come to understand a new creed, one that'll change his life and fate in ways he could have never imagined. It's a powerful coming-of-age story that is noted. Discover a narrative-driven action-adventure experience that follows the transformation of a defiant young man into a refined master assassin with a conflicted destiny. Meet an inspiring cast of characters who will shape your destiny and may be more than what they seem. The ultimate assassin. Become the most versatile assassin in franchise history. Parkour seamlessly through the city and leverage the largest assortment of tools to date. Get contracts in the assassins bureaus. Collect vital clues and stealthily take down targets with more visceral assassinations than ever before. The section of the game that I personally played had me go through figuring out information about a specific target, uncovering who that target was, and then ultimately going in for the kill. It's a slower paced mission that I went through that I actually appreciated. It made you feel more like an assassin as you're getting, you know, these nuggets of information ultimately to hunt down your target. And if we're gonna expect more out of that in the entirety of the game, obviously with a bit of variety, I don't think I would enjoy just replicating that style of mission over and over again, but I don't expect that that will be the case at all. But stuff like that I think could be very engaging, especially to old school Assassin's Creed fans. And saying old school about an IP like Assassin's Creed is really dating myself, but you know what? It's been like a decade and a half of this franchise being around. You've also got an immersive, reactive city to explore, but don't expect a gigantic open world. The open world itself is comparatively the scale of a Syndicate or a Unity, and you know, thinking about those games, that's still pretty significant. It's just we're comparing them to the most recent Assassin's Creed, which those games are just gargantuan. Explore a dense and vibrant city whose inhabitants react to your every move. Uncover the secrets of 4 unique districts, from the industrial park to the lush gardens of the Round City. Discover surprising world events and interact with historical figures that shaped the golden age of Baghdad. And it's a tribute to an original. They know what they're doing with this game, and you've kind of heard it from the promotion. Experience a modern take on the features and gameplay that have defined a franchise for 15 years. Journey to the legendary home of the assassins who laid the foundations of the Creed in this heartfelt homage to the game that started it all. We do have some of the characters that have been detailed, but most importantly is the main character in Basim. Originally born in Samarra, he lost his mother at a young age and grew up on his own in the streets of Baghdad. He admires the hidden ones and dreams of joining them one day. You've got Roshan. After escaping a life of oppression, Roshan became a master assassin at the Hidden One stronghold Alamut, and now she takes Basim under her wing as her first true apprentice. You've got Ali, the leader of the Zanj Rebellion. Apart from being really clever, he chose to fight relentlessly. He works alongside the Hidden Ones, but doesn't respect their credo. To him, freedom goes without any constraints. Now let's talk about a couple of notes before you buy the game with the various editions available. The base game is $49.99 on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. That's a clear indicator right away, and when this game was revealed and we heard about that $50 price tag, that should have been the immediate jolt in your brain that would have been like, okay, this is not gonna be a fully sized Assassin's Creed game in the sense that it's not gonna be a 70, 80, 100 hour experience, and as we mentioned, it is looking for a more 20 to 23 hour run, 30 hours for completionists, which, you know, 7 hours getting added to the time period for a completionist run, that's probably the more surprising element. Maybe the main story is going to have the bulk of the content, which I don't think is a bad thing necessarily. Now, as far as the exact size and scale of Assassin's Creed Mirage, it again is going to be significantly smaller than previous Assassin's Creed games. Specifically, it's been compared to Constantinople in Assassin's Creed Revelations and Assassin's Creed Unity's Paris. Now, if memory serves us correctly, Unity was quite a bit bigger than Revelation, so if Mirage is somewhere in between those, what I would personally expect is a world that has some size, that does have a lot of exploration attached to it. However, if you compared those games to the more recent Assassin's Creed games in Valhalla, Odyssey, and Origins, quite a large distance away in terms of the size and scale, so do expect Mirage to be a smaller game along with the length of the title. Here's one thing that also excites me very much about Mirage. If you are familiar with the more recent Assassin's Creed games, you know that leveling is a big part of the game. With this one, the main character's progression is going to be tied more so to the story rather than leveling up via XP. Speaking in a new video from Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed Mirage's creative director, Stefan Budin, delves into the progression in the new game. The story of Mirage follows Basim's evolution from apprentice to mentor, a journey that's reflected in the game's system. There's no XP-based progression in Mirage. Instead, progression is linear and story-driven. On top of that, we have new tools that can be upgraded and customized for Basim, giving him a deadly and effective assassin toolset, game designer Alexander Rosset noted. These items include a blow dart, which can either put targets to sleep, poison them, or enrage them. You guys know the deal with that if you've been familiar with Assassin's Creed. Mirage being a little bit of an offshoot from Odyssey and Valhalla makes sense, and the fact that progression is going to be tied entirely to the story is kind of also a calling that this will be an Assassin's Creed title of old, rather than the more recent ones that were so driven on the XP progression throughout the game. But the base game is $49.99 on both PS4 and 5. The PS5 version isn't an appreciated cost or anything like that. Same can be said for Xbox One and Xbox Series, and the game is obviously available on PC only via Ubisoft Connect, so there will not be a Steam release. There will be an Epic Game Store release, so you can play it that way. And remember, on PC, you can sign up for Ubisoft Plus. That is Ubisoft's subscription service that gives you access to every Ubisoft title on PC for $15 a month. You also get the highest end edition of said Ubisoft game. Speaking of the highest end edition, Assassin's Creed Mirage does have a deluxe edition that is $60. That'll get you the base game, it'll get you the deluxe pack, outfit, eagle and mount skins, dagger and sword, and then digital art book and a digital soundtrack, so nothing too crazy there. There was a big collector's case bundle that was available, GameStop exclusive, but that is out of stock at this point. I'm sure you can get it through an eBay or whatnot, but that was $150, so don't be spending an arm and a leg for that. But that is going to do it for me. Again, I am incredibly excited for the release of Assassin's Creed Creed Mirage. It seems like Ubisoft pulls me in every time with an Assassin's Creed release, and even though I haven't been crazy about the change in style of the Assassin's Creed games, the fact that this is gonna be a shorter game, a throwback to the original, that has me more invested, more excited for this one than I have been for an Assassin's Creed game in a long time. And for some people, that might be an aspect of the game that pushes them away. They want a bigger game. They want that gigantic open world. But guess what? You'll get that next year, 2025, whenever Assassin's Creed Feudal Japan comes out. So they're gonna have something for everyone here in the coming months and years. So a lot of reason to be excited about the IP as a whole. But that'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.